It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Ernie Johnson here, joined by Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. We are honored to have you with us for our special presentation of the NBA on this Martin Luther King holiday. And our coverage tonight will be coming to you from Detroit, where the Pistons will be going up against the Chicago Bulls. Looking at the Bulls, they're sitting at 500 over the last 10 games, kind of treading water. They'd really like to make a splash over the next few games. And today we honor the one and only
Welcome to the NBA here on 2K Sports, a special Martin Luther King Day edition. Along with Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg, this is Kevin Harlan. The Detroit Pistons preparing to defend home court in this Eastern Conference battle. Victory eluded them last time in Chicago when they faced the Bulls. So far, no luck against this team. They dropped both of the games in the previous two matchups this season.
And the issues they had defensively, in part, I thought, was a huge factor. Really compounded, I think, because it was a road game for them.
Well, you know, they gave the crowd a bunch to cheer about. And when you do that, you put yourself in a really tough position trying to come away with a road win.
All right, let's set the floor courtesy of Gatorade. All fueled up and ready to go. So the Bulls 5 right now. Rose is the 1 with Butler is the 2. Gibson is the 4 with Gasol at the 5. And it's Wright in at the 3 spot. So the Chicago Bulls able to put up the first points on the board. Shot clock at 6. Out left to the wing. Nice ball movement by Detroit. Shot is off. And the Bulls going the other way now. They come into this one following the loss to the Mavericks.
And listen, you have to take advantage of the freebies. And on that night, they did not. And that is why they just could not recover.
Exactly. I mean, they left too much cheese at the foul line. And in the end, it mattered on the scoreboard and cost them.
Here is Jennings following the score by Derrick Rose. Meeks can't hit.
I didn't see that miss coming. I mean, he's usually been money from that range. And Detroit with a 32-50 record last season. They didn't have any help from the schedule. They had a total of 22 back-to-back series on the year, tied for most in the league.
And Detroit has possession. Following the three-point attempt by Derrick Rose. Count the bucket.
That's a nice job of getting the ball in the paint and burying the shot. That's exactly how it's done.
Shoots from 12. Nice spin off the left rim and in. Rose has got 6.
And it looks like he might just be on his A game today, Clark.
Kicks to Tolliver. Gasol with the steal. And here we go, the Bulls fast break. Rose with the ball, and that one's good. Right.
And early on, they've been nearly perfect from the floor. Just the one miss here on their first 5 attempts.
And there's the 3-second call, this one on the defense. And a chance for just a second to check out the scoring breakdown for the Bulls.
They've made the commitment to get out and run, and it's paid off with some highlight reel plays in transition.
You know, another factor in their offense so far has been their ability to convert and score off turnovers.
The free throw off from Meeks.
And Jody Meeks last season, coming off the best effort of his career the year before, signed a big contract with the Pistons. They thought he'd be their designated three-point shooter. Instead, he missed the first 22 games with a back injury and just never really got in sync.
Now here's Rose. His last outing, he had 18 points. And that's out of bounds. Chicago will retain possession. And let's step aside for a minute to look at some of the point guards who have been doing a whole lot more than passing lately. They're the top scorers at that position over the last 10 games. Derrick Rose is second.
Well, this is a collection of maybe the most well-rounded players in our league. I mean, to see those kinds of scoring numbers from the point guard position is crazy.
Yeah, and that's the age we're living in right now. I mean, it's not uncommon to see a point guard lead his team in scoring, which used to be almost unheard of. And these guys here all capable of carrying the scoring load for their team on any given night.
Now for Jody Meeks, we're just talking about with Greg last year, Clark. He did have a game where he rained 9 3-pointers on Orlando, just one short of the Pistons' all-time record.
Well, it's all about rhythm for him. I tell you where he finally found some rhythm last month of the season. I mean, he shot 57% from the field and 44% from behind the arc.
Here is Rose. After the basket by Detroit, Gasol a screen on Jennings. Rose kicks to Gasol. It's good. This time the assist from Rose.
And the story here, Kevin, early on is how well they've shot the basketball.
Very high percentage so far, and if you want to start a game hot, that's the way to do it.
Now here's Jennings. He's coming off a 22-point game against Golden State.
And they were just struggling to stop him. They sent him to the line over and over, and the free throws were a big part of the game.
Jennings against Rose. Detroit with the rebound. They're moving on after the tough loss they took at the hands of the Warriors.
And with the number of turnovers they had in that game, guys, it was going to be an uphill battle all the way.
Especially when you couple the turnovers with the soft defense they were playing. That's a losing combination.
Now here's Rose. He has 6. Here's Gasol. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2.
Yeah, easy call.
Yeah, you can hear the smack all the way over here where we are.
Bulls shooting their first free throws of the game.
And it's been an average year, really, at the free throw line for this group, only around 75%.
And this year, they haven't quite been able to maintain the free throw percentage they had last season.
Good on the second free throw. Pistons trail by 7. Noah the screen. It's Jennings with the drive. He used that pick just right. Jennings has got his first basket.
A lot of space right there to get that shot off.
Not a very good job of the defender getting over the top of that screen in that particular play.
It's deflected. Johnson outside. He feeds it to Jennings. Dishes to Tolliver. The Pistons working the ball around now. Just 5 to shoot. They get it back. Here's Meeks. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2. This is his second trip to the free throw line.
And just a top-notch free throw shooter this year, all the way up there at 88%.
Guys, I like that this is a part of his game that has really been consistent this year.
And so Meeks nails both of them. Chicago leading by 3. A floater. Rose, no good. For Detroit, they've gotten 3 of 8 shots to fall for them here in the first quarter. Here's Johnson. Some solid defense from Butler.
Oh, that's terrific defense there. That's how you protect the rim.
Gasol a screen. Butler passes to Gasol. A 15-footer. And it's Meeks with the rebound.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
Jennings dishes to Johnson. Noah kicks to Jennings. Noah the screen. 6 to shoot. Noah, the second chance points on the tip in.
Well, you have to like their work on the boards, Kevin, particularly here to start the game.
Yeah, I like the way they're setting the tone. Really playing with a lot of energy here at the start.
Butler Great use of the pick to create room for the jumper.
Great job of utilizing that screen and finding space to knock down the jumper. Good basketball.
Jennings kicks to Tolliver. Noah the screen. Tolliver the pass to Johnson. Gasol with the steal. A solo fast break. And Wright gets it to go on the assist by Rose.
That's how you make an impact with defense. Once the steal is made, you know they're going to be scattered. The floor is open. Take care of business.
Always an advantage when you can get out in the open floor. You get much better rhythm offensively. And this lead, I think, is headed up.
And the Pistons decide to take their first timeout right here.
And offensively, they've been struggling. He just wants to get them back into a good flow and stop forcing shots.
Well, Greg, the misses started piling up. Things kind of snowballed on him in that regard. This is a good timeout to kind of calm his guys down and hit the reset button.
Morris is checked in for Detroit. Jackson comes in for Meeks. Now here's Jackson. He's coming off a 10-point game against Golden State. 4 on the shot clock. Jennings kicks to Jackson. The shot's good. Jennings making the play. Jackson's got himself on the board with 3 there.
You might not think of him as a laser three-point shooter, but that shot was there for him, and he had to take it.
Here's Rose. The shot misses. Great D that time from Jennings. Here's Johnson. That misses off the backboard. Chicago leading. And here's the fast break. Rose leading the way. And taken away by Johnson. And now the Pistons fast break. Morris with a screen on Rose. Jennings dishes to Morris. Johnson a wide open look. And he hits it to tie the game up. The Bulls have gone an even 50% from the field. They are 7 of 14 for the game. Smith against Johnson. Splitter sets a screen for Smith. 6 on the shot clock. Knocked loose, and it goes out of bounds. That one is off Smith.
Marcus Morris is nicknamed Mook. He has a twin brother, older by 7 minutes, named Markeith. Both brothers played at Kansas, drafted 13th and 14th in the same year, eventually played for the same pro team. That is joined at the hip.
Here's what Detroit's going with right now. Caldwell Pope comes in for Johnson, and Moore subbed in for Brandon Jennings. Now Moore, following the miss by J.R. Smith from deep. And Caldwell Pope hits the basket. And looking at the Morris brothers' careers through last season, the one area they haven't been joined at the hip in is in performance. Markeith has shown steady improvement over his first 4 years. Marcus Morris has had a very up and down start to his career.
And you know, Kevin, Marcus has talent. He has versatility. He just hasn't found his role. It's time for him to step out of his brother's shadow and really establish who he is as a player.
For Chicago, they have converted 1 of 2 free throws so far today. And that one falls for Splitter. And Splitter drops them both. Here are the Pistons with the ball. They're on a 14-6 run. Moore outside. Noah the screen. Jackson has the open look. Off target with his 3. Chicago trailing here. Smith outside. Splitter with a screen on Jackson. Smith wide open. He fires. Great use of the pick to create room for the jumper.
Very well executed pick to give him all kinds of space to get that one.
And take a look at this. Every team loves to have guys like these. Big men who can pass like guards. These are their assist totals on the season. Number 1 is Joakim Noah.
I don't care what level you're at, high school, college, or pros. When you have the combination of size and passing skill that he does, it gives your team a huge advantage.
Most certainly does. I mean, anytime you get a big guy who can pass it, I mean, it forces strange rotations for the defense. And he's thrown plenty of opposing defenses into chaos with his passing.
All right, now, take a break. 2 shots.
That free throw, no good. And he's good on the second. Now Clarkson, a look at his stats. He averages a bit over 8 points a game. Noah with the block. And that's out of bounds. Chicago will retain possession. In the posts, Jackson on him. The offensive rebound. Splitter, that's good.
That's what they're hanging their hat on today, fellas. Hard-nosed, smash-mouth play down on the low block.
Old-fashioned, isn't it, my man? Old-fashioned. Pound the rock basketball, and it is definitely working for them.
Detroit with the ball after the Bulls pick up 2. Shot clock at 6. And Caldwell Pope gets the basket. Caldwell Pope's got it all tied up now for the Pistons. Well, Chicago's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. And here's Clarkson. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. Mirotic, first shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Yeah, you can't say that with enough emphasis. I mean, the defenders are just not being aggressive enough down low. You got to play with some physicality in the paint.
Here's Caldwell Pope. He has 6. Shoots it up. No good there off the double clutch.
That's a shot he's got to hit. You don't get many looks better from that range.
Clarkson kicks to Splitter. Bulls moving the ball around. Mirotic the screen. Smith missing again.
And with room like that off the pick, you have got to knock that one down.
Well, you know, they did everything right, Greg. They executed. All you want is a good look at the basket. Sometimes the shots just don't fall.
You can't miss those, but even the best do on occasion.
The easiest way to do it sometimes is with the bounce pass.
Pistons trail by 4. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Sure could, Kev. I mean, too many empty trips. They need some points.
Now a timeout called by Detroit. Well, what a season it was for Mirotic last year. Came on stronger for the Chicago Bulls. Continued to improve. Effective in the playoffs. Really a joy to watch in his first year.
And interesting, so much hype going into the season was about Dougie McDermott.
Yes.
And whether or not he was going to be in the running for Rookie of the Year. It ended up being Mirotic. Most years, he could have walked away with that award.
Now here's Moore. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him.
You know, the defense has got to do a much better job of fighting over those screens.
And, Greg, especially when the ball is in his hands. I mean, come on now. You know, he doesn't miss too many open looks like that.
And the first time out of the game called for Chicago.
For Mirotic, he was most valuable late in games, guys. From March on, he led the league in fourth quarter points per game.
Chicago leading. 54 seconds left here in the first quarter. Clarkson kicks to Mirotic. The fader. And the shot is good, dropping in off the front of the rim.
And for that note about Mirotic, in the fourth, he outscored LeBron and Westbrook that month. That's impressive for any player, much less a rookie.
Now, here is Morris. He provides a good amount of offense for the team, averaging around 11.5 points a game. Smith kicks to Splitter. He dishes it to Snell. Out to Smith. Splitter sets a screen for Smith from deep. The rebound by Caldwell Pope. At the elbow, it's Noah. The open shot from Jackson. And down it goes just as the clock hit 0.
How about the timing? An unbelievable touch on that one.
Those are the ingredients you need for the recipe of buzzer-beating magic.
And before the game, Star Center Joakim Noah talked about the intent.
I feel like we're the hungriest team in the NBA. That's a great feeling to be able to say that. Like, whether we shoot the ball well or don't shoot the ball well, win or lose, we know that we're going out there every night, giving everything we got with no regrets.
I think Joakim can certainly make a case, Clark, for Chicago being that famished 5, especially with Rose back on the court.
There's no doubting that, Kevin. I mean, even the addition of Gasol with his 2 rings, the way he left things in L.A., that left him with an appetite that has him still hustling.
And thanks for joining us again, folks. 2K Sports broadcasting here on MLK Day, bringing you the NBA. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Bulls?
I just really like what we're seeing from a defensive standpoint, forcing a lot of turnovers with those quick hands.
Yeah, those active hands, Greg, have produced a number of steals early. They've been very aggressive.
Jennings runs the point with Jackson flanking him. Marcus Morris is out there with Caldwell Pope, and it's Tolliver in at the 5, roaming the paint. That's the group for Detroit right now. There's a good screen. Outside Jennings. Smith against Jackson. Inside, Morris.
And let's take a look now at some stats for Reggie Jackson. His last 10 games, he's averaging 14 points a game, 4 assists and 4 rebounds. And some pretty good numbers, guys. He's certainly making a contribution.
Better than expected. He still has a ways to go. I like what I'm seeing right now.
Okay, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
No good on that one. Johnson, he's checked in for Detroit. Jody Meeks comes in for Jackson. Taj Gibson's checked in for Chicago. He hits the second from the line. And Chicago shooting pretty good tonight at 48%. Second quarter, and we're just over a minute in. Gibson with the screen on Johnson. And it's Smith penetrating. He got an advantage there off the pick and took it right in. Gibson's got his first points of the game.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
That's right. 5 of their last 6 makes were on the interior. They've established their inside presence.
Smith outside. Gasol setting the pick for Smith. Gasol, a screen on Johnson. The shot is off. Now the Pistons take it the other way. Outside Jennings. We're now about 2 minutes into the second quarter. Tolliver kicks to Johnson. They set the screen. Jennings can't get it to go.
You know what, though? Sometimes you can be too open. I think it may have surprised him, and that's why he missed.
Gasol, a screen on Johnson. Clarkson passes to Gasol. Now the dish to Butler. In the corner, Smith with it. Gibson the screen. Smith kicks to Gibson. And it's Meeks with the rebound.
Oh, you've got to be able to deliver when you get a bunny like that. That's just too easy of a shot to miss.
Jennings with the ball. He's certainly been a consistent piece of their offense, averaging about 14.5 points a game. Clarkson kicks to Gibson. Passes it to Butler. Looking for Gasol. He gets it there. The shot's good on the assist by Butler. Gasol's got 5 points so far.
I can't believe defenders are not aware. They cannot allow him that position.
Yeah, you're right about that, Greg. He's put a no trespassing allowed on that spot of the floor. It's all his.
Unloads from 13. And that one comes up a bit short. Pistons trailed by 5. Outside Jennings. Morris with the screen for Jennings. Freed up. Nice work off the pick. Jennings has got his second basket.
Effective screen set there for the jump shot. That was the key to the play.
Gasol setting the pick for Smith. Butler in the corner. To the inside. The 9-foot shot. Detroit with the rebound.
Not pretty. You just got to shake off a miss like that.
There's the pick. Jennings dishes to Tolliver. Johnson in the corner. And there's the feed to Jennings. Shoots. No good off the back of the rim.
Boy, there was no hand in his face right there. I thought for sure he was going to knock that down.
And it's Butler with the jam.
And very little fight put up by the defense as he made his way to the bucket for the jam.
They did seem to take the cautious approach, Greg, when it came to defending that one. You're right.
And guys, it's not the time for caution now. I mean, they've got to be aggressive and take
And really just straight to the basket with a full head of steam.
Well, if you're going to throw it down, make sure you throw it down with force.
And that was Kia bringing you the close-up on the big-time play. Jennings kicks to Morris. Over in the corner, Meeks. Again, the miss by the Pistons. The Bulls leading by 7. Smith outside. And that basket pushes the lead to double digits. Smith's got 7 points.
Boy, they've gone on this run, and ball movement has been a big key.
It really has, Clark. The defense unable to react as quickly as necessary in terms of dealing with their passing.
Time called here. The Pistons decide to talk it over.
Yeah, too many easy buckets coming from inside, and I think he wants to make that a point of emphasis.
I would certainly think so. I mean, if they keep giving up those kinds of easy looks inside, they'll be in big trouble.
Spencer Dinwiddie's checked in for Brandon Jennings. Whitey's checked in for Chicago. Rose comes in for Clarkson. Dinwiddie passes to Morris. Pass to Meeks. To end the run. A tad short, but it's good off the front iron. Here's Rose. He's got 6. Rose has got the lead up to 10 now for the Bulls.
Really not hard to see why they're giving up points on this run. I mean, they've just given them too many looks inside.
Yeah, and usually when a team goes on a run like this, it's because they are getting too many opportunities on the inside. Make them beat you from deep.
That shot wide open. Meeks got 5.
And he found the perfect spot behind the arc there. Big gap in the deep.
Gibson the screen. Rose double teamed. It's Gasol with the drive. Yes, and it's Rose with the assist that time. Rose has got 4 assists in the game. Pistons trail by 9. Derrick Rose, unbelievable spirit. We know about his toughness, has fought through injuries of all kinds that might cause a lesser competitor to hang up his sneakers.
And competitor, that's the word, Kevin. I mean, he was impossible to outcompete at the high school level, the college level, and now in the pros.
Right side Gasol shoots from the baseline. It's Chicago with another bucket.
And boy, has he come alive. Since the start of the second quarter, he has been on fire.
Morris with the bucket.
Here it is again. On a lot of their possessions this first half, they've established great position inside.
Yeah, just getting the ball into the post has to be option number one for them right now.
Gibson the screen. Rose kicks to right. That three off the mark. For Detroit, they've gone 5 of 11 from the field since the beginning of the second quarter. And it will go, and the Bulls' lead is cut to just 7 points in the basket from Meeks.
Oh, and look at how well he led him in there. Really, he passed him open for that deuce.
Butler dishes to Rose. Rebound, Detroit. Morris has got his third rebound tonight.
His shot's just, it's not there right now. With his team leading, perhaps, let's focus on some other areas of the game.
Dinwiddie passes to Morris. He kicks it to Johnson. Morris a screen. Johnson against Butler. Johnson can't get it to go.
You could tell he assumed he'd be able to beat the defensive coverage, even though it was all over.
Here's Wright. And again, Chicago. No good. Pistons trail by 7. Dinwiddie kicks to Tolliver. That's Meeks outside. The rebound by Gibson. Gibson's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight.
Their game plan needs to change if they're going to get out of this hole, because he is just not there offensively.
And Butler gets it to go.
And he could be the guy to put this game out of reach.
Here's Dinwiddie. Feeds it to Meeks. 3-pointer. Rebound by the Bulls.
Not really his best quarter as far as scoring. Let's see if he can eventually get back on track.
And it's Wright missing. Detroit's gone 1 of 6 from three-point land in the second quarter. Less than 20%, but they've continued to let him fly. Here's Dinwiddie. He's covered by Rose. Dinwiddie dishes to Morris. Johnson, the pass to Dinwiddie. Morris kicks to Meeks. Detroit needs to get off a shot. Dinwiddie's shot is off. The Bulls leading by 10. Rose goes in. Almost, but it rolls out.
And we haven't seen them be quite as aggressive driving the basketball, settling far too much for jumpers.
Yeah, that's a good observation on your part, Greg. Fewer free throw attempts for them this quarter. And the danger is they can't afford to get too comfortable out there because they've got the lead. Otherwise, it might start to get away from them.
And guys, he's not the tallest or most imposing wing player, but Stanley Johnson has incredible strength and really unmatched confidence. One reason why so many were high on him in the draft.
And for Johnson out of Arizona, Greg, his strength, as you were talking about, is his biggest asset. Helps that he has this incredible arm span. And Clark, you know what? He told me he likes to play the 2K game.
Yeah, he does enjoy that. He likes to play the real game, too, because he's hyper-competitive, and I think he's got a chance to be a superb defender at the NBA level.
Nikola Mirotic, drafted as a late first-rounder, Clark, back in 2011. The Spanish star finally made his rookie debut in the NBA last season, and it was worth the wait.
It sure was, Kevin. I mean, once he started to get consistent PT, I mean, he was remarkable. Can run like the wind for a big guy, not that strong, but more aggressive than you'd think.
From the left block, he sends it through. Mirotic has got 4 points this quarter. Pistons trail by 10. Jackson kicks to Johnson. Noah with a screen on Wright. Johnson dishes to Moore. He got an advantage there off the pick and took it right in.
And back to Mirotic last season, per 36 minutes, he averaged 18 points, 9 rebounds. He was also a tremendous foul shooter for a rookie big and made the all-rookie first team, was second in Rookie of the Year voting. I mean, what more could you ask for?
And, well, Detroit shooting well. They're at 45%. Caldwell Pope. Rebound by the Bulls. Mirotic has got 3 rebounds now in this one. Rose Rose with the ball. Guarded now by Jackson from past the arc. No good. Now the Pistons take it the other way.
And you know, for Mirotic, his value extends to the defensive end as well. He did a surprisingly good job of racking up blocks and steals last season. You have to believe that if he improves his power and consistency, an all-star nod isn't so far off.
To the paint. Here's Splitter. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here. On the night, he's gone 2 for 2 at the stripe.
And he is a cool customer at the line, guys. You've got to be when you're shooting 84% on the season.
We've seen some obvious improvement in his free throw shooting since last year.
He hits one, then misses the second attempt from the free throw line. Now here's Jackson. D right on him. Shoots from the elbow. And Splitter pulls it down. For 3, Smith. And we've reached halftime in this one. It's the Bulls. They lead by 7. It's the NBA on 2K Sports from the Palace of Auburn Hills.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back, everybody. Ernie Johnson here alongside Kenny Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. We'll be taking a look back at the first half of basketball. Chicago was looking great right away. Their sharp focus and apparent preparation for the matchup helped them zero in on an 8-2 run off the tip. Most of their well-earned lead evaporated, though, as they ended up with just a 2-point lead at the end of one. Then, in a tight battle through the second quarter, they actually extended their advantage a little, heading into the half up by 7. And Shaq, what did you see out there from the Bulls?
They did an awesome-orific job. That's right, Ernie, awesome-orific. That's awesome and terrific together. Anyway, they did an awesome-orific job of limiting turnovers. They were almost mistake-free. It puts you in the right frame of mind when you can play like that. And as long as they keep protecting the ball in the next 2 quarters, they will protect the lead.
Over to Kenny. What'd you think about Detroit?
It looked like they were shooting threes blindfolded. Sometimes you could get cold, but that was atrocious. It was scary. But they also looked scattered out there, and I think that disorganization was the main issue for them missing those shots. They need to establish themselves better into a better rhythm in the second half and avoid relying so heavily on the three-point shot.
And that's it for halftime, as the second half is just about to get underway. See you after the game.
Happy Martin Luther King Day, everyone, and welcome back as we get going again here at 2K Sports. Pau Gasol with a strong contribution so far in this one.
He created a lot of quality shots for himself in that first half, and he knew when to pass it up when the double team came.
And that led to a very high points per shot number for him. For those of you that are into analytics, that stat really tells how efficient a player has been, and he's been very efficient so far.
Tipping off the second half, here's Fred Hoiberg's 5. Gibson is the 4 with Gasol at the 5. Rose is the 1 with Butler as the 2. And it's Wright in at the small forward. Deep 2 from Tolliver. Shot is off. Great D that time from Gibson. Wright with it, and Jennings picks him up defensively. Gasol kicks to Butler. Good, and the assist goes to Gasol. 10 points for Butler.
Nice stroke from long range, and if he keeps getting those opportunities, he better take them.
There's the screen. The drive by Jennings. Johnson from outside. It's hauled in by the Bulls. Now here's Rose. He's got 8. Fires the 3. It's rebounded by Noah. Noah's got rebound number 8 here tonight in the game. Clark, they've been looking out of sync offensively.
You know what? A basket here would do a lot for their confidence.
Noah with a screen on Butler. Jennings drives in. That is good. Jennings has got 6.
A lot of space right there to get that shot off.
Not a very good job of the defender getting over the top of that screen in that particular play.
Here's Gasol. Here's Gibson. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot two.
You know, guys, Taj Gibson now is 6 full seasons in the NBA. Already 30 years old. Seems like just yesterday he was being drafted.
Shooting two. Shooting two.
And he can't get the first one. Getting back to Gibson, he was one of the oldest college freshmen in the country at age 21. Played 3 years at USC. Then he was one of the oldest players in the 2009 draft, even though he declared as a junior.
Yeah, I think the NBA is the only profession where it hurts you to have a lot of experience coming out, because that's one reason why he did drop. I mean, had he been a couple years younger, with his length and athleticism, he very well could have been a top 10 pick. But I tell you what, the Bulls are happy that he wasn't.
Pistons trailed by 9. Noah with a screen on Rose. The drive by Jennings. Rose with some nice D.
Oh, tough D on the inside.
It sure was, Greg. No easy access to the basket when that fella's in the middle.
Now the pass to Gasol. Fires for 3. Gasol can't get that one to fall.
Tell you what, shooting 20% to start the second half doesn't bode well for how this will play out for this squad.
Pass to Tolliver. Kicks to Meeks. Top of the key, Noah. The Pistons working the ball around now. Jennings wide open. Jennings with another miss.
A clear look at the hoop. He doesn't miss many of those.
Second chance shot, and it's laid in by Rose. Rose has got the lead up to 11 now for the Bulls.
And guys, that kind of sums it up right there. I mean, one team getting after it, hustling the rebounds, the putbacks. The other team just a step slow.
Time called here. The Pistons decide to talk it over.
And there was a question of whether or not Derrick Rose was able to get back to his former self. At times last season, you could see him back in that MVP form.
And a chance here to go to our rookie leaderboard and give a nod to the best long-range bombers of the past month. Second is Stanley Johnson.
You know, coming into the NBA, you knew he could stroke it from long range. And over the past month, he's shown us exactly that.
Just a high level of efficiency. That's the key. I mean, quality of shots he takes, but also his fundamentals. Anyone can host a launch party. This guy is consistent ATM.
Marcus Morris is checked in for the Pistons. Deep 2 from Jennings. Again, the miss by the Pistons. And with Rose again, he showed flashes last season of his level of play, Clark, before the injury.
Yeah, exactly. And you hate to see any player go down with injuries, especially a talent like Derrick Rose. He still needs to show that he can regain that high level of NBA play for an entire season. I think that's just a matter of time, Kevin.
Jennings again throws. Shot clock at 6. Shot on the way. Good on the shot. That's now 8 points for Brandon Jennings. The Bulls leading by 11. Time called here. The Bulls decide to talk it over. And guys, Brandon Jennings, some people love his chaotic game. Some can't stand it. One of the more polarizing talents in the NBA.
Yeah, I don't think he'll ever shoot for an efficient percentage or become a lockdown defender, Kevin. He's an offensive catalyst. Pushes the action, and he'll go on scoring binges, but I think he does more good than bad with his style of play. Right here, over these last 10 games on the Bulls schedule, Kevin, this is how they stack up. First in shooting percentage, first in free throw percentage, and they're also ranked #1 in taking care of the ball. Not many turnovers. They value possessions like no other.
You said it all right there. The hottest shooting team in the league. And that tells you not only are they shooting it well, but they're also focused on creating terrific opportunities for one another.
Detroit making a switch here. Dinwiddie's checked in.
And talking about Brandon Jennings, he has an endless bag of tricks, keeping the ball literally on a string, makes behind the back, no look, and off the backboard passes few players would even try. That unpredictability, though, can make him difficult to check and often forces defenders into positions from which they can't recover.
Morris passes to Jennings. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Jennings with another miss.
It's a +5 advantage for them in the rebounding category after that board.
Very steady with their work on the interior. Really a well-rounded effort overall.
He had his head on a swivel and was able to pick out the pass and get the assist. You know, Brandon Jennings is that rare type of difference maker, a guy who can jumpstart your offense without turning the ball over. That's a valuable asset when you're trying to line up the W.
Clarkson dishes to Gasol. He feeds it to Butler. Fader on the way, and the Bulls tack on 2 more.
Guys, his consistency in terms of shooting has really helped them seize control.
Jennings kicks to Morris. Passes it to Dinwiddie. Dishes it to Jennings. Jennings with another miss. The Bulls leading by 13. Clarkson with the ball. And Jennings picks him up defensively. There's a screen. A wide open look here for Wright. And a miss there on the triple.
Can't get anything to drop. I mean, the way he's going, it's probably not something he should try and shoot his way out of.
Well, they say you should shoot your way out of it, but his teammates probably have other thoughts in mind. The last thing they want to see him doing is continuing to cast that jumper up.
Now Clarkson. Right outside. He dishes it to Gasol. Lets it go from 11. Rebounded by the Pistons. Morris has got his 4th rebound in this one. From outside the arc, that falls. Great assist by Brandon Jennings. Jennings has got 4 assists in the game. The Bulls have gone 5 of 12 from the field since the 3rd quarter got underway. And Gibson kicks to Butler. Gibson the screen. Butler attacking. Shakes off the strong D and gets to the bucket for 2. Butler's got 9 points now in just the second half. Noah the screen. Jennings passes to Noah. And Gasol sends it back.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Yeah, you look across the board, it's actually sizing up, shaping up to be a great game. I mean, strong performances throughout, and they've really been strong on the glass.
That's good.
How about the purpose with which he's crashing the backboards right now? Some hard-earned second chance points.
Morris outside. Pass to Dinwiddie. Noah the screen. Here's the screen. Jennings drives in, down low. Morris kicks to Dinwiddie. Noah dishes to Morris. That one a little long. Chicago leading by 12. Gibson the screen. Morris against Wright. Down low. And Pau Gasol, the bucket on the assist by Wright. 11 points for Pau Gasol.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
And on the flip side, Greg, the defenders have to show more fight on the interior. They've got to offer more resistance here.
Jennings passes to Noah. It's back to Jennings. Shoots off the screen, and it's in after a nice bounce off the right side. Jennings has got 8 points here in this quarter.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
Everybody on the same page, completely in sync, tremendous communication and awareness. He's been anything but his usual self this quarter. It's actually been ugly to see.
Here's Morris. That falls. Great assist by Brandon Jennings. Morris has got 10.
Guys, he shot a very good percentage today, and they've needed it.
outside Butler. Gibson setting the pick for Butler. They get the rebound. Pistons trail by 10. Outside Jennings. There's the dish to Noah. Tolliver kicks to Jennings. Jennings can't get that one to fall.
Very tough when you have that good of a look. The defense caught a break there because he missed.
Butler dishes to Wright, and so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot two.
No question, he got bumped on that shot.
Yeah, the officials didn't need to talk that one over. It was obvious.
For Chicago, they have gone 5 of 8 from the charity stripe here tonight. Free throw drops for Wright. So for the Pistons, Caldwell Pope, he's checked in for Tolliver. Etuan Moore comes in for Spencer Dinwiddie, and Reggie Jackson subbed in for Brandon Jennings. Then for the Bulls, Splitter is checked in for Gasol. Mirotic comes in for Taj Gibson, and J.R. Smith's subbed in for Jimmy Butler. And so Wright nails both of them. Pistons trail by 12. Outside Jackson. Moore outside. And the call will be against Joakim Noah. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far. Tony Snell's checked in for Wright.
Tony Snell.
And so here is Chicago. And here's Clarkson. They set the pick. Splitter sets a screen. Unloads from 13. Here's Mirotic. And the shot is good. Mirotic has got 10.
And that'll increase their rebound advantage. They've definitely been winning that battle on the boards.
You know what? No rebounds, no rings, and they've controlled the boards, and that's what's given them control of this game.
Outside Jackson. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Moore. Good on the three-point shot. Moore's got his 2nd bucket of the game to go.
That shot becomes effortless for him when the D is so relaxed. They've got to get more intense.
The feed to Mirotic. He kicks to Snell. The pass to Smith. And they come right back with their own three-pointer. Smith's got the lead up to 14 now for the Bulls. Detroit's gone a less than productive 2 of 6 from three-point land in the second half.
And it's not often that one of your enforcers is also one of your best three-point shooters, but such is the case with J.R. Smith. Everywhere he's gone, he's played both roles, sometimes to the team's benefit, but others to its detriment.
Shot's good. Hit.
Bulls foul. Nikola Mirotic. First personal foul.
Johnson is checked in for Detroit. And a change for the Bulls. Rose is checked in. And a moment to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from for the Bulls.
Anytime you get as many points in the paint as they have, you know you've got a good thing going and you just want to keep it going.
Yeah, but they've also done a great job of playing in space, getting out in transition every opportunity.
Noah the screen. Jackson passes to Moore. There's 49 seconds left in the 3rd. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2. It's going to go on Nikola Mirotic. The Pistons have been shooting 50% at the line, 5 of 10. That's good from Moore. He doesn't get the second one. The Bulls leading by 10. Mirotic sets the screen for Smith. Jacks up a three. Mirotic's shot is off. 8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Caldwell Pope kicks to Jackson. Johnson the screen. Johnson with a screen on Rose. Johnson dishes to Noah. 6 to shoot. More. And a miss there with a chance to cut the lead to single digits. Smith the pass to Rose. And he gets the kind bounce as that one drops in for him. Rose has got 6 here in this quarter.
He's got some serious momentum going right now. He's been great all day. Even last game, he was on fire.
And as we end the third quarter, a double-digit deficit will make it tough to come back. Bulls lead by 12. And we're coming right back. Be sure to stay with us as we get started for the fourth quarter.
I gotta hold down the city. Gotta let you know where I come from.
Happy Martin Luther King Day, everyone, and welcome back as we get going again here at 2K Sports. We've got Caldwell Pope. Johnson is out there with Noah. Then there's Reggie Jackson, and it's Meeks in at the shooting guard position. That's the group for Detroit right now. Feeds to Johnson. To the paint. Tries from 16. Not that one. The Bulls' lead has been cut down to just 10 points with the bucket from Meeks. And Chicago shooting 47%, pretty solid. Rose with the ball. Splitter with a screen on Jackson. From 10 feet out. No good off the back of the rim.
You know, they don't score on that shot, but they're going to be happy with those kinds of possessions.
And Meeks kicks to Johnson. Noah the screen. Here's Caldwell Pope. Off the mark, had a chance to trim it to single digits. Smith dishes to Snell. Shoots from 12. Good. And the Bulls lead by 12. Here's Jackson. Fourth quarter now. We're about a minute and a half in. Clock at 6. And Meeks kicks to Jackson. Noah in the post. Splitter covering, and he gets contact and the whistle on the shot. 2 shots coming up.
No question, he got bumped on that shot.
Yeah, the officials didn't need to talk that one over. It was obvious.
Free throws.
All right now, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
And that one falls for Noah.
And you look at Joakim Noah, I mean, one of those hybrid talents. As a center, he gives you the rebounding, the shot blocking you want, but then he also has tremendous passing skills and instincts and the energy of a mountain lion.
Anthony Tolliver. He's checked in for Johnson. Jimmy Butler, he's checked in for Chicago. Both good from the line that time. And going back to Joakim Noah, he really is a hybrid. He holds American, Swedish, and French citizenships. He's truly a man of the world, and he's worldly on the floor. He can guard and play a lot of different positions.
And Kevin, he looks like a man of the world. He has a unique style unto himself, but I'll take the versatility and the hustle he brings on my team any day. If he's healthy, he's a factor.
Jackson kicks to Meeks. Pass to Tolliver. Here's Jackson. Detroit, no good that time either.
And he made sure not to just draw the foul. That was good defense out on the perimeter.
Very good. He's a thinking man's defender. Knows how to bother even the best shooters without being overly aggressive.
That's good.
He's been much more effective in the second half than he was in the first.
Pistons trailed by 14. Noah the screen. The drive by Jackson. A picture-perfect screenplay, and the jumper's good.
How about that screen by Noah?
The Bulls have gone 3 of 4 in field goal attempts since getting things started here in the fourth. Butler passes to Rose. And the shot is good, dropping in off the front of the rim. Rose has got the lead up to 14 now for the Bulls. Jackson kicks to Tolliver. Noah the screen. Tolliver dishes to Caldwell Pope. Oh, and there's the one-handed jam.
And he just leaves the D in the dust and explodes to the basket.
You're right. Clark, maybe a momentum changer right there, huh?
It could be, Kevin. I mean, a dunk like that can sometimes get an opponent reeling.
They set the pick. Kicks it to Butler. Wide open. Rebound, Detroit. Noah's got 12 rebounds here tonight. Big time effort. Pope loose. Here's Rose. Smith the pass to Rose. Mirotic, a screen on Jackson. Oh, and the jam by Rose.
And did you see the screen that was set for him? I mean, that was how he got to the hoop.
It was the classic screenplay. It won't show up in the box score, but that screen deserves an assist.
Absolutely, Kevin. I mean, that took the defender right out of the play.
Smith kicks to Rose. To the middle. And finished off by Mirotic.
And we always talk about making your teammate better. That assist was right on target.
There's the pick. Outside Jackson. He feeds it to Meeks. 6 to shoot. Here's Caldwell Pope, covered by Smith. And again, it's the Pistons missing.
He's still looking for his first three-pointer of the second half after making just one in the first.
Offensive rebound. Some solid defense there from Jackson.
Oh, excellent interior D to force the miss.
His defensive ability is a big factor. I mean, there's no denying that.
Pass to Meeks. Dishes to Tolliver. Puts up a three. Had a hand on it. Butler attacking. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line.
Really impressed with the way Jimmy Butler last season made big strides in his game, going from a supporting role player to someone you can build your team around.
And Jimmy Butler had the career highs across the board last season. Won the Most Improved Player of the Year award. Really picking up his production in his fourth season.
You know, we had seen the flashes of potential in Butler before. Last season, he sustained great play and really took everything to the next level.
Brandon Jennings, he's checked in for the Pistons. Then for the Bulls, Pau Gasol's checked in for Splitter. Gibson comes in for Mirotic, and Darrell Wright has subbed in for Smith. Good on both.
You know, Jimmy Butler is one of those guys who had to overcome major odds just to get to the NBA. Reportedly, his father abandoned the family when Jimmy was an infant. Mom kicked Jimmy out when he was 13. The obstacles and adversity go on and on, yet he's made it and made it big.
Here's Gibson. He clangs that one off the back iron, and down it falls. And the Bulls lead by 20. Detroit's gone ice cold from three-point land, 0 of 4 since the start of the final quarter. Here's Caldwell Pope, guarded by Wright. It's Jennings with the drive, trying to get back on track. He squares up and sinks it. And going back to Jimmy Butler, there were just so many times when he was set up to fail. He was not heavily recruited out of high school. He was even homeless when he was in high school in the Houston area. Went to a junior college, then Marquette, now in the NBA. So he played his freshman year at a junior college, which I think humbled him just a bit, but maybe gave him that work ethic that is so much, Greg, a part of his game now.
And Kevin, the talent was there. And most of all, as we see how he dealt with adversity, the heart was there. He blocked out the distractions and finally transferred to a major college and worked his way into becoming a first-round pick.
Clock at 6. Caldwell Pope pushes to Noah. Here's Tolliver. Chicago grabs the miss.
Physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. That plus 10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know.
Yeah, not to mention what it says on the scoreboard. They're really pushing them around. Straight bully ball.
Meeks can't hit. The Bulls leading by 20. Pass to Rose.
And you know, the new court projection visuals, all the rage in the NBA now. Instead of having to use a screen over the court, they just project video and images straight onto the court. I think before long, you'll see it everywhere.
Jennings against Rose. There's the 3, and that's good. Brandon Jennings for 3. Jennings has got 5 points now this quarter.
This is a fantastic performance in this half. He didn't play as well in the first, but you just know with this guy, he's always ready to turn it around.
Gasol's shot is good. Those court projections you see in the pregame, we don't even have the best angle for them. They're so good.
Yeah, nice perk for those sitting a little higher up on those or those watching TV. It's about putting on a show and at the end of the day, entertaining the fans.
Meeks passes to Tolliver. Jennings against Rose. Fires it up. Kept alive. Tries again. And the shot counts. He's fouled, and it's a chance for a three-point play.
Very nice pickup of the offensive rebound. Once he gets his hands on it, you know it's going back up and back in.
Detroit making a switch here. Johnson's checked in. Tolliver no good on the free throw.
Pau Gasol was the number 3 pick back in 2001. He managed to average 18 and 9 his first season, was Rookie of the Year, became a perennial All-Star. There's no way his younger brother Mark, who was a second-round pick, could ever match up to that, right? Not so fast, people. Mark's pretty good, too.
Noah kicks to Meeks. Wright with the double team. Meeks dishes to Jennings. Noah with a screen on Butler. Jennings can't get it to go. Talking about Pau and brother Mark, both of them were excellent last season. Difference is that Pau has always been considered a great prospect, so detractors are much harder on him when they see cracks, I think, Greg, in his game.
Yeah, you know, for Marc Gasol, it can only exceed expectations because they started out so low. I'd simply say that if I had to pick between one or the other for best career, I'd do everything I could to pick both.
Good way to get out of it. Good answer. Meeks passes to Jennings. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2. That one on Rose.
And guys, Brandon Jennings last season looked like he was finally becoming more efficient. He shot at the upper range of his career field goal percentage from 3 and the free throw line. And then suddenly the Achilles ended his season at 41 games played. Really unfortunate.
Chicago calls timeout. Back to Jennings last season really did start out as one of his best. Not just the improvement, Clark, in accuracy. His turnovers per game were at a career low.
Yeah, that's what we have to watch out for with Jennings. I mean, he's still only 26 years old, Kevin. Now, plenty of time to continue to refine and hone his game. I think his best basketball is in front of him.
Outside Rose. He dishes it to Gasol. Goes up the baseline. Gasol missing again. Pistons trailed by 17. Johnson with it, and Rose picks him up defensively. 1:53 left in the fourth. The dish to Meeks. Butler against Jennings. Jennings with another miss.
That's a shot he's got to hit. You don't get many looks better from that range.
Butler kicks to Gasol. There's the feed to Wright. Gibson setting the pick for Wright. And the pass to Butler. Back to Wright. Tries to snap the cold streak. The shot's good on the assist by Butler. Butler's got 6 assists now in the game.
And so it's going to end up in the record books as a blowout, a dominating performance for the Bulls.
In the end, they had a better shooting percentage, and that's what made the difference. Sometimes, Clark, things go your way. The other team wasn't catching many lucky breaks themselves.
Well, it's more than luck, Kevin. I think the shot selection was good, too.
And so this is going to end up as victory number 24 on the year.
And once they polish off this win, they'll be one more victory away from sweeping the season series.
And this isn't one of those mini series either. I mean, this is a 4-gamer. As hard as it is to beat a team 3 times in a row, it's even harder to do it 4 straight.
A good win, and a lot went into it, but I just like the showing for Derrick Rose. A big part of their success was his ability to keep the ball moving, finding guys when they would flash open.
Take a look at what Wright's done. He has 9 points and 3 assists.
And he's really put together a nice combination of points at the free throw line, but also getting the assist.
Can you say fundamentals clinic, guys?
And the Pistons, an entirely new group now out there. Chicago also making some changes. Mirotic is checked in for Gibson. Tony Snell comes in for Jimmy Butler. And it's Clarkson in for Derrick Rose. Dinwiddie dishes to Caldwell Pope. We've got 28 seconds left in the 4th quarter.
Oh, boy, I tell you what, they don't get much uglier than the quarter he's having.
Yeah, and it's not showing any signs, Greg, of turning around here soon. I mean, his touch is basically gone AWOL.
Back to Mirotic. Ball's knocked loose. And here comes Moore, leading the fast break. Pushes it down to finish the break.
And that's how you take the steal and turn it into a transition opportunity.
I think that's the perfect time to do it, Greg. I mean, those few seconds after the turnover, strike right away because the defense has no chance to get organized.
And so Chicago takes this one, and by a big margin. To come into an opponent's building and dominate the way they did tonight says, I think, Greg, an awful lot about this team.
I guess they don't need home cooking to feel at home. I mean, Kevin, just a masterful performance all the way around.
And now we'll send it down to Doris Burke, who's standing by courtside.
Gentlemen, I'm here with Pau Gasol. And Pau, what's the mentality that you bring into a game to allow you to be at your most effective rhythm?
Oh, I just got to come out really aggressive, just trying to pound the board. Just forget about the shots that I can miss, or if I don't get a certain amount of touches, I just got to be aggressive and I got to get in the paint. So that's how I'm most effective, and that's what gets me going too.
Well, you certainly got into a great rhythm, Pau. Thanks for the time. Guys, over to you.
Thank you, Doris. Great interview once again. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. This is Kevin Harlan saying thank you for tuning in. And now time to go to Ernie Johnson, who's alongside Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Hey, y'all. Ernie Johnson here, along with Kenny Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. Welcome back for the presentation of our Jordan Player of the Game, Derrick Rose. What are your thoughts, Kenny?
They asked an awful lot from him tonight offensively, and he delivered. When they needed a big bucket, he was the guy they turned to, and he delivered, like I said. I mean, this guy was unbelievable. He did not shy away from the moment.
Boom, boom, boom. That's right, Ernie. Instruments. This guy was instrumental tonight in making sure they avoided a second straight loss. They needed somebody to step up tonight, and he was their guy.
And folks, that'll wrap it up for tonight. We hope you enjoyed the game. For Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith, Kevin Harlan, and the entire 2K Sports crew, I'm Ernie Johnson. Have a good evening.